Road train operators are usually rugged individualists, but occasionally a character steps out from even this colourful crowd. One such bloke is Eddie Holland, an operator who's always done it his own way.
Eddie Holland is a bloke who always has done it his way, right down to building his own truck. Now a very well-known beast called the EddyLiner. This hybrid Mack has caught more than the eye of its proud owner. In 1996, it was picked by Australia's leading transport magazine as the rig of the year. The EddyLiner is a cross between Mack's old V8 value liner and a superliner, powered by a Caterpillar engine. It was a proud day for the Holland family as they led the Rig of the Year convoy through the streets of Darwin. The convoy was an all-time record for the competition, with 160 trucks turning out, stressing the extremely important role transport plays in the Northern Territory. And Eddie Holland was proud.
Oh, it's the highest achievement you can win in the transport industry, I think. Like, we can drink rum till dawn and fight till our luck as a bear, but we got $5,000, we're donating it to the children. So we all got hearts.
But just who is Eddie Holland? He is outspoken, described by himself as a bit of a larrikin. He built his business in the days when laws and regulations were a little less stringently enforced. The days when you wouldn't take your truck for a drive unless it was well and truly loaded, to the limit, and way beyond. We caught up with Eddie and his partner and wife Julie in Darwin.
Dad used to be in the trucks in the late 50s, early 60s, and I was knee-high to grasshopper and used to go with him. The old ERF, 37 mile an hour, flat out. Then when I turned 16, got my licence, away I went.
This Mack Superliner, the predecessor to the EddyLiner, has worked well in the Holland operation.
I've had that truck for 12 years now, nearly 12 years now, and she's earned every cent I got, and 3 motors. I've had 1 re-race in 11 years, so the motor's done, well, the truck's done nearly 2 million kilometres. Might not be much, but it's all 2-3 trailer work and seen every dirt road in Australia. Yeah, I got the missus with me, and I'm the brains behind the show, so she's the brawn. I'll make sure we keep it that way.
We just met at the pub that I was working at the Moringa, and he said, if you ever come down to Adelaide, come and see. Actually, what he said to me was, my truck's the nicest truck that you'll see up here.
And I met Julie there, and she told me her dad used to be in transport, and I told her I had a sexy looking truck, and she didn't like the colour of it until she saw it. Anyway, once she saw the truck, she saw the colour scheme. It was a silver and orange, and had the big bung in, a 55-inch bung in it, which I still got.
And then just, went on from there. So, yeah. And 10 years down the track, we're still going.
And then Julie started coming with me up and down the road, and I tell you what, I've had mates and guys for 2 blokes, partners, but Julie beats a lot.
So how did Eddie Holland make the shift from driving trucks to running a business and owning trucks?
I sort of went with a bloke sort of partnership, and he was an old bloke and I was a young bloke, and all I wanted to do was drive road trains, and I got a Mack and I ended up pranging that. I had no bull bar in it. I hit a bullock the other side of Gaston down the Timber Creek Road, and I got dragged underneath the truck. I was there for 7 hours and left me in hospital for 7 months. And yeah, then when I got out of hospital, I had a few dollars together, and I put that down on a brand new 320 cool power Mack back in 75, I think it was. And I called it the Happy Hooker, and I was doing Adelaide, Alice Springs, Darwin. That was when it was all dirt.
From those early beginnings, the business grew, and since Eddie and Julie have lived and worked together, the business has grown even more strongly.
An 80-20%. He does 20%, I do the other 80%. When I first met Eddie, he had the 1 truck full-time and then another little one that just sort of, an old Benz, I think it was, running around town and doing single trailers and what else have you. And it's sort of grown into 3 trailers. Used to get the accountant to do all the bookwork, and now I do most of the ledgers, look after the invoices and pay the bills, and ring up all the people who don't pay you on time, get abused by the bank, look after the baby, clean the house, wash the truck. Anything else I do, love?
Things have changed in the transport industry. Bitumen roads to the Territory have meant a loss of the old way of life on the road. Eddie has seen increasing pressures placed on subbies.
I'm an owner driver, and we service warehouses at the moment for Visiboard, and we got time to do it, but we're not pushed like everybody else. Like the blokes run Alice Darwin, and I do Adelaide Darwin, Melbourne Darwin, and from Alice to Darwin they do 4 trips to my 1. I put on more weight than them though. No, I just take it easy now. I've got all my gear paid for, I've got a couple of trucks. And
Running your own business, we run the 3 trucks now. Running 3 trucks and a baby and trying to get all the paperwork and keep a house and, you know, keep a baby as well is really a full-time job. I'm that far behind on it.
the truck's $250,000 now, and the rates haven't changed all that deal. Everything's going up higher and higher, expenses are going up higher and higher. Ooh, changing gears, love, eh? Yeah, and I just can't afford to operate how I operate because I've got everything paid for and I can sit back for a week or 2 or 3.
Even with the responsibility of Kimberley and the administration of business and house, Julie still finds time to get behind the wheel.
I run the trails up Port Augusta and Monastery, which is sort of 2 and 3 times a week, so it's sort of night time while she's asleep, so yeah, it's still fun.
So now, with the EddyLiner winning the Rig of the Year competition, at least one of Eddie's long-time dreams has been fulfilled. For the Hollands, as with all small business people, the future will have both good and troubled times. But you can't help thinking whatever is served up to this couple, they'll meet it with a grin.
There's a saying, behind every successful businessman, there's an exhausted woman.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. That's right, love.
Oh, another week. Uh-oh.